At her husband's funeral, the woman was stunned to see her best friend crying even harder than she was. At first, she thought her friend was simply grieving for her loss. But the more she thought about it, the more she remembered how her friend would secretly glance at her husband whenever they met, and how her husband would awkwardly avoid her gaze in return. What shocked her even more was finding a photo of a little boy hidden inside her husband's notebook. The child's face looked almost exactly like her husband's. She was convinced she had been betrayed, but she had no idea that behind all these suspicious signs lay a truth no one could have imagined. And that truth was about to be revealed by a single unexpected phone call. That day, Lisa received a call from the bank demanding payment for overdue credit card debt. But Lisa knew her husband had a stable income and was always careful with money. He wasn't the kind of man to rack up debt. Determined to get answers, she rushed to the bank to check the records herself. When she finally saw the account statements, she froze. Large sums of money had been transferred regularly to an account under the name Whale Studio. Her hands trembled as she clutched the papers. To confirm her worst suspicions, Lisa searched for information about the studio online. When she saw photos of the studio's interior, her breath caught in her throat. Something about the place felt eerily familiar. She reached into her bag and pulled out the photo of the little boy. The background in the picture was identical to the studio she saw on her screen. Her heart tightened painfully. She was terrified of what this could mean, but curiosity slowly overcame her fear. With trembling steps, she decided to go there herself. As she walked inside, a wave of déjà vu washed over her. Everything looked so familiar, as if she had been there many times before. Before she could make sense of it, a voice called out behind her. It was her best friend. The unexpected encounter left Lisa completely speechless. Her heart sank when she realized that all those mysterious payments had been going to her best friend's account. But the biggest shock came when she entered her friend's home. There, her mother-in-law appeared holding the same little boy from the photo. Lisa's world shattered. Her husband's betrayal and her friend's deception pierced through her like twin blades of ice. The pain was unbearable. Just as she was about to break down completely, her mother-in-law quietly turned on a hidden video recording. The moment Lisa heard her husband's familiar voice, her chaotic thoughts began to calm. But as she looked up at the screen, buried memories she had long suppressed came flooding back. Each frame hit her like a hammer to the heart. Then everything went black. At the hospital, as doctors fought to save her, the memories she had locked away for years began to surface. They tore open wounds she had never wanted to face again. Lisa had met her husband, Jack, for the first time at a quiet street corner. Dressed like a blind woman, she had accidentally been knocked down by him. Jack immediately helped her up, full of guilt, and offered to take her home. But Lisa stubbornly refused, insisting she could manage on her own. Jack gave her careful directions, but as he watched her stumble away, he couldn't bring himself to leave. He quietly followed her from a distance until she entered a sushi restaurant. Only then did he finally relax. There was something about her, sweet and fragile, that made him feel both drawn to her and deeply sorry for her. He decided to wait outside until she came out so he could make sure she got home safely. But when he turned around for just a moment, she had already disappeared through the back door. A few days later, while writing at a cafe, Jack spotted Lisa again at the same intersection. But this time, the blind girl he remembered was sitting in a wheelchair.